couple more boutique shops that I want to go into. Also, I'm not even gonna gatekeep this secret, but if you use Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know this is a very odd place to start a video, but today I have to make some returns to Abercrombie, and the only Abercrombie near me is at the Mall of America, which is usually a disaster. Especially because what's fun about the Mall of America is it has a lot of stores that aren't anywhere else in Minnesota, and I don't live that far from the Mall of America. It's maybe like 20 minutes. So it's really not that bad to get there, but you have to travel so far within the mall to get to the stores you want. So that's a little annoying, but nonetheless, I'm gonna go in, make the return at Abercrombie, see if they have any other new bits and other stores we stop in. I always try to park in the little lot next to Nordstrom, so then I can just walk in through Nordstrom. And always remember where I parked my car, because the parking situation here is also crazy. So that's why it's really dark, is I'm in a parking garage. But yes, okay, let's go. Okay, I didn't end up getting anything. I'm proud of myself. We'll see. I'm gonna go into Nordstrom because I mean I have to go in to get back to the car, so. So I made the return and I didn't buy anything, which I'm proud of my own self-control. I'm also gonna stop at Target. I need a couple of just household, couple of grocery pantry kind of items, but a lot of Targets have Starbucks in them in Minnesota. I don't remember, I think most like states, I don't know. Anyways, everywhere I've lived, they've had that. So I really like the caramel apple macchiato, but I get it with skim milk and one less pump of flavoring, and it's so good. So good. I almost like it better than your classic, the pumpkin cream cold brew, or just like a good PSL. So I'm gonna get that. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you. I was thinking it'd be really cute to get like a little wreath, a fall wreath for my front door. Let's see if they have anything like that. Winter spruce. Ooh, I love the frosted pine for like around the holiday time. Smells so good.
Yeah, I'll call you back after lunch. Okay.
Hello, it's the next day. I am going to meet up with Sarah and we're gonna go shopping in the North Loop area. There's an Outdoor Voices that just opened, and then there is a Madewell and a Lulu, and then a couple more boutique shops that I want to go into. So I'll show you some clips while we're bopping around. Yeah. Back from shopping with Sarah. I got a couple bits that maybe in another video I'll do a haul or something, but I got something from Outdoor Voices, this pink sweatshirt. I'll just put a picture. And then I also got this brown turtleneck from Park Shop, which I love that store. They have an online store that I'll link below. But they have a shop boutique in Minneapolis, and then they have an online store as well. But anyways, I wanted to share with you all some books that I've been loving lately, and one book that really just like took me for a turn. So these are books that I've been reading lately. As you may know, if you know me in real life, I am a loyal Kindle reader. Like the ease of just carrying it. I have the paperweight something, and with a case, the case is big, it keeps the screen nice and covered for when you're not reading. But I love my Kindle. I have read so many more books since I've gotten one. I got one probably about 2 years ago. Read so much more now. I use the Libby app, so I don't even have to pay for any of the books. I love it. So some of the books that I'm reading lately, some I liked, some I was like mixed feelings on. And so the first one is called Reckless Girls, and this one is perfect for if you're kind of feeling a little in between a lot of phases in life and you're just not sure like your direction. This one I felt a lot of relation to in that characteristic, but I also loved kind of the twists and turns that it took. I feel like I really had no idea the whole time where the book was going, so I loved that, and it really kept me engaged the whole time. And there's just some like crazy bits that go on in it, so definitely mystery. Yeah, I'd say mystery. And then the second book is The Silent Patient, which I know this book came out probably, I think a couple years ago. And I had always thought it was like a scary book. And so I kind of steered away from it. I'm not really into scary, spooky books. Silent Patient, I was kind of like, all right, I've heard so much about it. And I read a little bit about the book on Goodreads, I think, which is where I keep track of all my reading, what I want to read, everything like that. I loved it. It was like one of my favorite books that I've read. I could not put it down. It is such kind of a mind game, but it keeps you intrigued. It's basically about a patient in a psychiatric center, and then it's about the relationship between her and her psychiatrist and all the phases of her life and everything that goes into why she is the way that she is today. It is so good, so good. So I highly recommend that one. That one, 5 stars in my book. And then Mexican Gothic is another one that I really wanted to read. And that is the one I liked the beginning half, and then the end half, it just like went off the rails. It felt like it really took a turn, and I did not like the turn. It got a little almost fantasy-ish, and that is not really my vibe in books that I'm usually drawn towards. So that was kind of made me a little like, oh man, come on. Like, I was not expecting this, which is good to be unexpected, but it took a turn that I was not really in favor of, which I still, at that point, was over halfway through. So I was like, all right, I do want to like know what happens. So I'm just going to see past some of these scenarios. So I did finish it, but because of the turn it took, I gave it like 2 stars. But I do recommend it just because it is an interesting perspective, but it's definitely not a true sort of scenario, but it is probably a good one to read around Halloween. I feel like that is true. If you're in like the spooky kind of spirit, it has a little bit of like ghosts and paranormal pieces to it. So definitely something to read maybe in October. One I'm currently reading, I'm almost done. I'm probably gonna finish it today because I want to sit and read a good chunk of it, is Merit by Colleen Hoover, which I am as big a fan as everyone for the Colleen Hoover books, but I do try to branch out from them because I do feel like a lot of them, I just want to read something else, you know, like not everyone's reading. So, but the one I'm reading right now is called Merit, and I am loving it. It maybe is one of my favorites. I think it might be an older one before she got really famous, but I'm really liking the perspective it has. It's about a girl who's in her late teenage years and just is about her family dynamic, her mental state, and just kind of the turns that her life is taking for where she is in her life and what to do next. So I am enjoying that one. So I'm gonna get to reading Merit. I have only like 30% left. So I'm super excited about that. So yes, if you want a Kindle, highly, highly recommend. It holds the charge for like years. Also, I'm not even gonna gatekeep this secret, but if you use Libby, which is where if you have a local library card for your local public library, you can enter it into the Libby app and then sync the Libby app to your Kindle via Wi-Fi. And if you turn your Kindle, once you've downloaded the book, if you turn your Kindle on airplane mode, the book stays after it's been automatically returned, because sometimes I don't end up reading and finishing it in the 4-week time frame, just if I have a lot going on that month, I guess, or just don't get to it, or if I want to download a couple at a time and then I don't end up reading all of them in that time frame. I love download them all, turn my Kindle on airplane mode, and then finish them, and then turn them back on, and then they go away. They're returned like a usual physical library book. Highly, highly recommend all of those books. I even wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. But so Reckless Girls, Silent Patient, Mexican Gothic, and Merit are my favorite and just like interesting reads that I have been reading lately. Thank you all for coming along and sticking through this vlog. I know this one was a little random with the shopping excursions on different days and the book review, but it was fun. So if you want to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe. If you like this one, give it a like. If you have any questions or any book recommendations that you think I would like based on the reviews that I gave in my little book review section, please leave them down below because I love finding new books. And yeah, if you want to stay more up to date with what I have going on more day to day, follow me over on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.